Hello guys, welcome back to this channel and thank you for joining me once again. Now a lot has actually happened in the political space, but let me start by telling you that Julius Aburi, the former Labour Party national chairman, has called on the EFCC to come and probe Peter Obi, Aisha Yusufu and the rest of them who were involved in the 2023 general campaign and election. Now, this whole thing is actually laughable because Julius Aburi is calling EFCC to come and probe a man who donated almost 1 billion naira during the 2023 general campaign for Labour Party. The man who made Labour Party what they are today. The man who brought Labour Party into limelight in Nigerian politics. I can tell you that for free. You know, before Peter Obi came to Labour Party was just a mushroom political party in Nigeria. No one even talked about Labour Party until Peter Obi, left PDP because of their transactional politics and came to Labour Party. And today, the Labour Party former national chairman, being Julius Aburi, is now accusing Peter Obi of siphoning their funds. I can tell you the truth that this man is a mole. This man is being used by other political parties, especially APC, to destabilize Labour Party. I can tell you that a man whose tenure, expired, and when stakeholders convention was, held to appoint a new national chairman, he came out, onto the press to say that the gathering was illegal and unconstitutional. And he even went on to say that they are going to set up a panel that is going to probe or take disciplinary actions against Peter Obi, Alex Oti, and the rest of them that organized that particular convention. And all these things are pointing towards one thing, that Julius Aburi never accepted Peter Obi into Labour Party. Julius Aburi has been a mole. Julius Aburi, has been an agent to destabilize that particular Labour Party. Calling EFCC to come and probe a man who made the highest donation into their party. I can tell you that for free. Let me show you what is actually happening within Labour Party and Julius Aburi. Now look at the headline. Said Labour Party asks EFCC to probe Peter Obi, Aisha Yusufu, Afenifere over alleged misappropriation of campaign funds. Now I'm going to read out the whole thing in details for you. Now Labour Party's National Publicity Secretary Abayomi Arabambi raised concern over the diversion of over 12 billion naira and $15 million in donations meant for the Labour Party's 2023 presidential campaign. Now, the National Working Committee of the Labour Party, led by Julius Aburi, has called on the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission and the National Security Advisor to investigate the party's 2023 presidential candidate Peter Obi, activist Aisha Yusufu, Pastor Itwa Igodalo, and leader of the Pan-Yoruba group Afenifere for the alleged misappropriation of campaign funds. At a press briefing on Wednesday in Abeokuta, the Labour Party's National Publicity Secretary Abayomi Arabimbi raised concern over the diversion of over 12 billion naira and $15 million in donation meant for the Labour Party 2023 presidential campaign. The party's leadership accused Aisha Yusufu and Pastor Igodalo of working alongside Peter Obi to siphon campaign donations. Arabimbi described Obi as a political merchant orchestrating the fraudulent mismanagement of funds. He also criticized Yusuf's recent public remark defending herself, dismissing them as attempts to obscure the truth. The allegations extended to leaders of Afenifere, including Pa Ayo Adebanjo, Akin Osuntokun, and Sola Ebiseni, whom Arabimbi accused of retaining over 600 million naira in private accounts. The funds, he claimed, were meant for the Labour Party's campaign but were diverted under Obi's direction. The Labour Party is urging the EFCC to act swiftly and investigate the individuals named in what is described as a betrayal of party's core principle. Arabambi said the trial of Pa Ayo Adebanjo, Akin Osotunko, and Sola Ebiseni were involved in financial infrastructures totaling over 600 million naira, which they have kept in private accounts and Afenifere accounts. Peter Obi allegedly hired Aisha Yusuf, Pastor Itwa Igodalo, and this faction of Afenifere to commit looting, criminal conspiracy, and diversion of funds from Labour Party's presidential campaign while presenting themselves as elder statesmen. He said the party is committed to transparency and accountability and call for an investigation into all bank accounts associated with the alleged misconduct. He called for a thorough investigation into the accounts linked to Adebanjo, Osutokun, and Ebiseni to ascertain the extent of Afenifere's involvement in the alleged fraud. Now guys, I can tell you that this particular Julius Aburi is actually frustrated because he has actually left his position as the national chairman of our Labour Party. He's trying to do everything possible to defend Peter Obi. This is a man who they couldn't even get anything against him when he left as the governor of Anambra State. This is a man they try so much, to find one crime or one particular financial crime or the other against him. They couldn't. The only politician in Nigeria today that I can tell you for free that his record is clean when it comes to financial crime. Because every Nigerian politicians have one thing or the other, one financial crime or the other that they have committed, that EFCC is always after them. But not in the case of Peter Obi, because his political opponents has actually tried to use that to defame him, but they couldn't. And now they are using this particular Julius Aburi to do all of these things just because Peter Obi came to Labour Party. Now moving on from there, there is this news spreading around that Peter Obi and the Obedient family that they are supposed to go and start up their own political party based on what is actually happening with Peter Obi and Labour Party at the moment. I need you to listen to this political analyst, and then when we come back, we'll just wrap up the video.
Well, I was hearing about it early this evening, and I was just wondering, because at least since last year, the Obedient movement has been an integral part of the Labour Party. Of course, as Tanko explained, you cannot contest election under current laws in Nigeria unless you belong to a political party. But there has been a lot of crisis in the Labour Party recently, including an attempt to change the National Executive Committee. And I can imagine that the Obedient movement is a bit uncomfortable because there are some elements in the Labour Party, including the leaders of organized labor, who are not really obedient, and they feel that they are the ones that set up the party, that the obedience only flocked in last year. So possibly now, by organizing themselves as they said they will do, they probably are thinking of launching a political party of their own. And that might make for more internal peace instead of the conflicts that we are having now. And they also have enough time, because at least the next election is nearly 3 years away. So if they want to do their own political party alone, they should better do it. Although along the way still, they may have to enter into alliances, because on their own alone, it might be very difficult to actualize their dreams, as Tanko said, who even win the presidential election.
Indeed. Well, he didn't give a direct answer when I asked him if the plan was to eventually morph into a political party from the movement. But let's go back to the government of the day and the economic policies. The government is still pleading with Nigerians that this is necessary. It's a necessary evil that we must go through. But you had Felix Moka, the APC spokesperson, try his best to defend the administration. What do you make of the situation? I mean, it's a tough decision to defend hard times when Nigerians are really suffering and trying to make ends meet.
As you said, Mr. Morka tried very hard, but the most important question which I think you asked was like, when will the suffering end and citizens will begin to reap the fruits of the economic reform measures? I don't think he had a very concrete answer to that, and even the government itself, of course, is promising that there will be light at the end of the tunnel, but no one can precisely put his finger on when that will happen. But that is a very important question, because in a democratic situation, citizens cannot be patient forever, not only in Nigeria, but even in some countries. If election comes forth and the end to the suffering is not very clear, then usually the incumbents in office will have to pay an electoral price. It is good to be patient, But probably you don't expect citizens to be patient indefinitely.
Now, guys, I believe you're listening to that the Obedient family is an integral part of this Labour Party. And the Obedient family were formed as a result of Peter Obi, not even because of the political party. And whatever that is happening in the political party now that is affecting Peter Obi is, you know, the Obedient family are not really happy about that. Now, what do you think? Do you think that Peter Obi should form another political party with the Obedient family, or he should form a merger with other party? Because, you know, a lot of news are now springing up from the internet that Peter Obi is going to form a merger with other political party. What do you think? I want you to drop your comments in the comment section and then subscribe and like the video. Thank you for watching.